I was frozen today!
I've never seen anything this beautiful in the entire galaxy. All right, give me the bomb.
Okay, folks, it's showtime!
Good morning, good evening, good night. You are here once more, the Old Oil House. This is the lock-in. This is what we're doing for our final episode of the Old Oil House for 2009. We will be taking a bit of a break between now and January. We should be back sort of middle of January, hopefully with a few things different. A couple of the problems that we've had sorted, and a few interesting bits and pieces on the run. It all depends on what I can get done, but I've got a couple of plans in motion to hopefully make it a lot more enjoyable. I don't know, people seem to be enjoying it. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you people, but yeah, you're all very strange. Very, very strange. But besides that, we're going to start this little final episode off with the listener questions. Enjoy. And so we do some questions, I think.
Quickity questions.
Well, it's not quickly, we've got a few of them at the moment.
Question time.
Shall we go to the first one from Nafoff?
Yes.
Let's go to the question asking fairy.
Hello. Hey, Nafoff asks, if there ever a season 4 of TFA, what would you like to see story-wise or certain Transformers turning up? I would love to see and his Armada as a main villain, as Megatron is kind of out of the picture. Also, what are your favourite TF origin story, for example, Quintesson or Multiversal Gods?
So, Stu, do you want to hit the first one?
TF animated, I would just like them to round up where Sari came from.
That would be nice.
I'd also like to see Sentinel Prime going, Optimus is Magnus. But that would mean we'd have to call him Optimus Magnus.
That doesn't make any kind of sense.
Rodimus Magnus would be good. That's what I want to see as well, Rodimus come back.
Would it be Rodimus Magnus, or would it be Ultra Rodimus?
No, it'd be Rodimus Magnus.
So Ultra Magnus's name is actually just Ultra.
Yeah. How awesome is he? He was
I name thee Ultra.
Ultra
Get
Minor, Ultra Prime, Ultra Magnus.
Ultra Minor. Think about him with a pickaxe.
No, that's just wrong.
I'm sorry.
Gonna dig a hole, dig gold dig.
Actually, I've got a question about that.
Okay.
Does it mean that once you get to Magnus status, your chin shrinks? Because every other Prime seemed to have a big chin.
No, it was explained tonight on Unseen Mysteries.
Wasn't that Unseen Universities?
It could have been Unseen Universities, yeah. I have no idea.
Let's see what else I want to see in animated. I quite actually like to see combiners.
Yes.
Like proper G-Stalks. Okay, there's the Jetfire, Jetstorm, the Safeguard, but I'm talking
Actually,
proper 5 into 1.
Surprisingly enough for me to actually say this, I would actually like to have seen more of the Jetfire and Jetstorm.
Wow!
I would like them to have actually had Earth forms, and I would have actually liked to see something actually done with them rather than just these are two sort of bumbling idiots in the background.
Man, wow! You've taken a step into a brighter world, my friend.
I still want to see half the characters die.
Yeah.
As long as Sentinel survives. I don't care. Sentinel, the majority of the Decepticons, swindle.
And Jazz.
I was about to say.
Jazz and the Ghost of Prowl.
Actually,
Prowl Ghost.
I've got a really cool idea. I know you'll like this one.
I
want Drift to come into it.
Yeah!
I hate
Animated
Drift so much.
How cool would he be?
To be honest, I can imagine animated Drift being quite funny. because he's just going to be Sentinel Prime again. I'm awesome! You're
But
not.
people will like him. They'll just be like, what a guy.
You do realise the amount of drift flag waving you're doing is probably going to get you on someone's hit list at some point.
Meh, probably yours.
I already
will
feel
probably
like
give me
I've
a
got
job.
a sniper crosshair pointed at my head.
As to whether doing and his Armada, the only thing I'm going to say is I don't think Cyclonus got enough screen time as it is,
No.
let alone letting his clone loose.
Actually, I think that would be an awesome bad guy, and I think his main driving force would just be, who thought of my name? For crying out loud, it's not a name!
Optimus,
I'm half a sentence!
It'd just be like, Optimus, we're under attack. Who's leading him? And his Armada! Oh my god, and his Armada is back! Yes, and his Armada! Yeah, that's all I can say in defense of that, is Cyclonus barely got enough time as it is.
I would like to have seen, in the new season, the vying for power. The Decepticons, probably splintered off, vying for power.
Yeah.
That's pretty much...
Which at that point you can then do Megatron getting out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wouldn't
Where
actually have minded seeing a vie for power with Optimus as well.
Well, yeah, 'cause
You know,
he
kind
was
of like,
Deceptic-
yeah,
Magnus.
he stands
Power
up with the
vacuum
hammer,
there,
and you know, you've got like maybe Sentinel,
Dissident sort of
kind
thing.
of
Yeah.
saying like, you know, oh, I'm better than you thing, and then we could have seen Prime being badass like he was in the first
That could
episode.
have been interesting, actually, him leading sort of like almost like Prime is the new, Optimus is the new Magnus, but Sentinel's like head of the elite guard, and him going, I'll go do this, and Sentinel's like, nope.
Well, do you think if there was a
Countermanding him,
season 4,
arguing him at every point.
if there was a season 4, do you think Sentinel would have stayed with the Autobots?
Yes.
I'm not so sure.
I think he would have done, but he probably would have been sat there very disgruntled.
I think he'd either set up his own faction or join the Decepticons. I think that
that would
seeing
work.
Prime become a Magnus would have been enough to send
Drive
him
him
over
over the
into
edge.
pure self-serving
That and
needs.
possibly going after Black Arachne, since
Yeah.
he knows who she is.
Plus, I would love to see an animated Predacons, as in Razor Claw and the like.
Animated Predaking. How awesome would that be? Good God.
The second question he asked was, I'm sorry, I have forgotten, I just need to look at the computer, was, what are your favourite TF origin stories, e.g. the Quintessons or Multiversal Gods? Rob?
Personally, I like the idea of the Quintessons. To be honest, I mean, I like the idea of, you know, Primus and Unicron having a big old pagger and stuff like that. But I kind of like the idea of the Quintessons actually building the Transformers.
It'd be the factory.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you could go as far as to say that the Unicron and Primus were their prototypes that kind of got out of hand.
I quite like that, actually.
That's
Yeah.
very cool idea.
You know, they decided to downscale it. For,
They built two really big sentient
Some
factories.
really stupid Quintesson went, hey, let's build a giant robot first. Oh, it's turning against us!
Well, yeah, they built the entire planets as factories.
Yeah.
That explain why, you know, Unicron tends to munch so much.
Demolition.
Is a factory looking for raw materials.
That moon blocks my view of that star system. Devour it. Nom, 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 nom.
You know something there, Rob? I really like your idea for an origin story.
No, thank you very much. Hasbro, give me money.
I still think it's wrong. I'm a sucker for the Primus story. Just because of the Marvel Comics telling of it, and then later with G2 as well. With that, you know, they were created and then they could divide themselves, but at some point they all went, oh, and forgot it. And then at some point they remembered it and just ended up creating a bunch of arses. I don't know. I'm just a stickler for stuff like that. I just really like it. Yeah, I like the idea of there being this two omnipotent beings, and those guys are literally just pawns on a blind ball. Yeah, I love that idea of him just going, "Oh, I name you Optimus Prime, the leader of the Resistance," blah blah blah, and then later on him going, "Yeah, I did this purely to wean out these guys."
The men with the crazy hats have come to kill you.
For Unicron! Yeah, on a side note, I would love it if Hasbro did those hats.
Fans Project.
Clung! For Unicron!
Fans Project, I demand to have the hat upgrade set.
And a human-sized one. So we could run around the streets going, "For Unicron, back to Optimus Prime! But yeah, I'm sticking with that. I likes my god. Plus, I feel if you didn't have Primus as a god creator, you wouldn't have the Covenant of Primus.
True.
And there is so much awesomeness in those few quotes you get out of Beast Wars.
Yeah.
True. That was very, very cool.
Now, I love them both to bits. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go for the hidden option 3. In my upcoming fanfiction, I have wrote a story of how 3 small children created a world in their head, and in this world that they create in their head lives the multiverse. Within the multiverse, on the back of a giant turtle with 4 elephants. Alright, I'll just go for the quintessence.
You're wrong. You're wrong in the head.
No, you see, I really do like them both, and it's a hard choice. But when you start getting into multiversal concepts,
yeah,
where there is one Unicron and one Primus, to me that starts getting a little bit silly.
See now,
there's a high concept.
Yeah, there's a concept that I didn't say I liked that bit.
No.
I just like the idea of them being the gods. I would prefer if there was a gajillion universes with a gajillion Primuses and Unicrons.
In fact, as much as I hate to say this, I'm going to have to go for the Kissplay origin.
Ugh.
No, just purely because it does such a good job of retrofitting the comics and
you just like the idea of cute Japanese girls powering up robots by laying it on them.
I really don't.
And you want to be a giant
but
robot.
The problem is behind all that horrible, horrible tentacle tongue stuff,
Legion,
there is some really, really good stuff. And the concept of the Oracle, Primus, the Quintessons, it's so well done that I'm just going to go for that origin.
Fair enough, then. Let us not bicker and fight no more.
Okay.
Let's go for the next question.
Next question, please. Question Fairy.
Reality asks, and they've got 2 questions. Number 1, how come you can buy toys from the new Transformers film, and this is in capitals, that don't bloody transform? And second question, why is Sega unable to make a new Sonic game that isn't a dribbling pile of flange?
So,
hey, flange.
So, question 1. Why are there Transformers toys that don't transform?
Mr. Gruffloff. I think I can answer this one.
Yes, Billy?
SWAT.
I think they've done it like the robot replicas.
Yeah.
Because people they'll see the action figures, but they'll still look at it and go, that's not what Prime looks like.
Yeah.
Because of that movie aesthetic, there needs to be something that looks just like it, because people will want Prime that looks like that.
It's an action figure, not a transforming figure.
It's like, last couple of years they've got a lot better.
Yes.
New Leader Prime can play the first Leader Prime. Such a step up, and he looks a lot better.
It's only 3 steps away from being a masterpiece, really, isn't it?
It's not far off. A lot of good work's gone into that. I love the Buster version as well. But yeah, that's why they've done that, I reckon. But obviously you've got like the power bots and stuff, but that's for smaller kids to play with. Yeah, it's more for a little kiddie market. Don't get me started on RPMs though. I'm gonna burn those.
Not gonna. Which is fine past them because they're a stupid idea. I agree with you. It's just gonna be they've put something out, see how it's sold. It seems to have sold all right, apparently.
Frenzy's a bit of a shelf warmer, which surprises me.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Even though I still want to pick one up, just because I've not had a Frenzy.
I'm not fussed. It wouldn't fit with anything else in the collections.
Yeah.
But it is just they're putting out something to compete in the sort of McFarlane Nika collections.
Either that, or they're just kind of like, sculpting the concept for the actual robot, not bothering to go through the whole effort of saying this is how it transforms, and just going, put it out and make a few bucks off that.
Yeah.
Do you think the design team sits there going, right, I'm going to design this Prime for this robot replica's job, how do I make him transform? And the guy next to him goes, dude, you don't have to. And he sits there and freaks out for 20 minutes. What, I don't have to make it transfer? Wait, hang on, I don't get this. I don't get this.
Do you think it could have been an April Fool's joke that went too far?
Possibly.
No, that's the Xbox. You not know that origin story?
No.
The Xbox was originally planned as an April Fool's joke. And because it ran off DivX, it was called the Div Xbox. But somebody saw that and went, holy shit, that's actually a really good idea, let's do it! And lo and behold, the Xbox was born.
Wow.
What, the actual Xbox console was supposed to be an April Fool's joke?
Yeah, it was an April Fool's joke. It was sent around Microsoft as a joke. oh, we're going to make a console, oh, it's going to look like a big X, oh, it runs up DivX, so it looks like a big X, and it's called Xbox, and they did it. Somebody got hold of it, and I went, actually, we could do that, and that would be a good idea.
And God bless them for
Yeah.
thinking that.
And question 2, move on to that, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Basically is, why are all Sonic games now pants? My answer is, they're in 3D.
My answer would be,
Sega's lost the plot.
actually, it was just going to do an impression of you saying they're not on the Dreamcast console.
This is true, the last decent Sonic game was on the Dreamcast. Sonic Adventure.
We all know you still cling to that console.
I
Yeah.
bought a GameCube just so I could play it with the Metal Sonic.
Wow.
I own 4 copies of that game. 2 on Dreamcast, 1 on GameCube, 1 on PC.
Okay.
I love Sonic Adventure like you would not believe.
I think a lot of it is just down to the fact that they're not aiming for the audience who's already played Sonic. They're aiming it for kids.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
I
it,
mean-
they're messing with the basics of the game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
throwing in gimmick
I'm,
after gimmick after gimmick.
Yeah, I work in
Warehog.
a game shop, and there's
Yeah.
the amount of crap that comes in there with Sonic branded on it. I mean, the Sonic and the Black Knight, where you've got Sonic with a gauntlet and a sword.
Sword!
Yeah.
If he was going to use a sword, he would have used one years ago to shove it through Robotnik. Yeah, that's right, I'm saying Robotnik, not Eggman.
I'm with you,
Okay,
100%.
Robotnik!
Robotnik!
Anyway,
I like Eggman.
Fuck you. Fuck everybody who thinks Eggman's a good idea. Robotnik! Yeah, if he had a sword, he would have just shoved it through Robotnik's face years ago. Right, nobody's stealing my friends and turning them into robots no more. Some bitch. Oh, this has got me irate, actually. The idea of Robotnik being Eggman. Get irate.
It is something that wound me up a
You know,
lot.
maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why they've all sucked. Because they changed him into Eggman.
Maybe.
It's not Dr. Robotnik anymore.
Yeah,